Welcome to the 2025 Global Symposium on Belonging. The conversations we're going to have here over the next few days will shape the next phase of our work as a global community.
This year's theme, Bridges to Belonging, invites and challenges us not only to reflect why belonging matters, but how we're going to build it.
And we're all here with high hopes. We're here with hopes to create a world where everyone feels that they belong, that fosters belonging on every level.
We're not trying to sacrifice authenticity. We must own ourselves and our stories and our lived experiences. Because if we have to sacrifice it, then we're not truly belonging. We're just trying to fit in.
I often reflect on the worldview around making decisions, and that it's not about the next 10 years or the next 15 years, but it's about 7 generations.
We believe that the planetary emergency issues are all symptoms of the same problem. We have broken our relationship with the natural world.
When you walk for 60 minutes in nature, the parts of the brain in the prefrontal cortex that do all that negative rumination, that gets smaller. So being in nature makes a huge difference to us all.
I do this aggressive neighboring work that we do around the country because I know it matters. It's the reason why I'm here, and I want every person to grow up in a neighborhood where people care about each other.
I'm a survivor of trauma, and the reason why I survived was because of the communities that loved me.
What we find is when people find a local place where they are seen, where they are known, where they feel like they belong, or where they feel like they have something to contribute as well as something to benefit, the impact that that has on them is absolutely extraordinary.
Belonging isn't an abstract concept. It's that instant when someone who's been hidden away decides to come outside again because something in their city calls to them.
Thousands and thousands of people are on the street celebrating whatever festival it might be, and it's free. Anybody can come, no matter how old you are, where you come from, what age. That feeling of belonging and break out of the isolation, street festivals are really important.
It's still a nightmare today for families raising people with disabilities. That was the primary drive for me, because I just feel people and systems would be so much better if there was that balanced argument.
I wanted to be a role model for somebody else that I desperately wished I had growing up.
The basic thing is to get people into atmospheres where belonging comes to mean the fact that you are comfortable with other people having their own idea of what being safe and secure is.
If you can see success and demonstrate that all the work of all the people in this room is actually having an impact, people sit up and they take notice.
What we measure and how we measure it, and when we bring those together with multiple methodologies, we as a movement here today, I think there's so much more that we can do.
Here today at the Belonging Forum, I would argue that genocide is the worst case of the denial of the right to belong. It literally has for the aim to bring about a physical destruction of a people in whole or in part. And I know this from my own experience.
For me, it's starting off with education, and then that bridges to understanding, which then bridges to accepting, which then bridges to belonging.
There's no one-size-fits-all kind of an approach. It's through meaningful collaborations that we are able to move forward.
Today, a lot of what we are told is truth has nothing to do with truth.
Yeah, it's their story. Yeah, so let us remind ourselves that story can also mean big fat lie.
In the US, of course, the government, they're trying to impose a different view on what is the common good. And I would say that that is a fundamental threat to the notion of charitable organizations.
We can't take our democratic infrastructure for granted.
How can these movements learn from each other.
There is a way to merge climate policies with affordability policies, with jobs policies, with health policies, meeting people where they're at.
How do we build ways of mutual support, of being able to find refuge, of finding places where we feel fully understood, and balance that with physical safety?
So what's the common denominator here? It's the simple truth that belonging is our birthright. It's the fundamental precondition for solving the big problems we face right now.